Ladies and gentlemen, what was discreet until now is out in the open for everybody to see. Ever since the protests at Shaheen Bagh started, we were told that not only was this agitation spontaneous, but that its sole objective was to save democracy, which allegedly was under threat after the passage of the Citizenship Amendment Act by the Parliament last month. Now, as the days are passing by and the protests have shifted to central Delhi, the platform seems to have expanded to incorporate venomous anti-India voices. Videos are fast emerging of making people, in fact, several people making innumerable inflammatory speeches, only highlighting the fact that perhaps the radical fringe may have hijacked the Shaheen Bagh protests to polarize the vote bank in Delhi. Listen in to the voices and judge for yourself, because, ladies and gentlemen, that's the only case I want to present to you tonight. Like every single night, this is the case, and you make up and be the judge on whether this is a spontaneous people's organic protest. Listen in.
ये हमारे बीच में राज करने वाले ये जो बीजेपी वाले आ गए हैं, ये देश को ये है टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग, हम नहीं हैं। ये है टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग, ये देश को टुकड़ा टुकड़ा करना चाहते हैं। रूलिंग क्लास है और पाकिस्तान के रूलिंग क्लास एक जैसे हैं। वहाँ का आर्मी और हमारा आर्मी भी एक जैसा है। वहाँ का आर्मी अपने लोगों को मारता है, हमारा आर्मी भी अपने लोगों को मारता है।
ये मैटर नहीं करता है कि आप उसके व्यूज से अग्री करते हो या नहीं, लेकिन इस टाइम जब हमारी आवाज को दबाया जा रहा हो, ये बहुत जरूरी है कि हम उसके साथ सॉलिडारिटी में खड़े हो। अगर हम मुसलमानों की आइडेंटिटी को नहीं सेव कर सकते तो हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को भी नहीं सेव कर पाएंगे।
अमित शाह की बात की हिंदुस्तान नहीं है। अगर अमित शाह की इतनी हिम्मत होती है कि ये कहने के लिए वो पुरुष सारे महिलाओं को आगे करके आंदोलन लड़ रहे हैं, ये शर्म की बात है।
अगर हम ये बात बोलते हैं कि ये कानून मुसलमानों के खिलाफ नहीं है तो वो गलत होगा। ये कानून मुसलमानों के खिलाफ है, ये कानून इस्लामोफोबिक है, ये कानून एंटी मुस्लिम है।
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that hate rant coming in from M. Sai Balaji, Tapan Bose, Nadia from Jamia Islamia, and all these other voices abusing the Indian army. So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question on the news are tonight: has the Shaheen Bagh veil slipped totally? Is this in protection of the Constitution? Do you really think so? That's the question and the debate. Shaheen anti-India rant. That's the hashtag and the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, Dr. Sambit Patra, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Smita Prakash, Editor ANI, Masoodul Hassan, former Vice President of the AMU Students Union, Majid Haidri, Political Analyst, joining us live from Srinagar, Dr. Suman Siraman, Political Analyst. But tonight on the standpoint, it will be Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author and scientist and professor at JNU, who's going to take on Arbaz Pathan, lawyer. And Arbaz Pathan, I want to ask you, you're a young lawyer. I want to ask you, when people stand in the name of protection of the Constitution and abuse the Indian army, saying there's no difference between the Indian leadership and Pakistan leadership, Indian army and Pakistan army, do you really agree with it? And is this the democratic protest that will save the Constitution, Arbaz?
Against the Indian army, I'll say that such statements against the Indian army are condemnable, are pretty much condemnable. But the Constitution guarantees us a right, under Article 19 of the Constitution, right to protest. Now, now you can see the speeches said about us. What about Mr. Anurag Thakur? He is the MOS of BJP and he's a BJP leader. He's not a spokesperson. He says that देश के गद्दारों को गोली मारो सालों को. Don't you think he is speaking for Modi? First of all, he is speaking on behalf of Modi. These are Narendra Modi's words because he himself is not a spokesperson of BJP. He is abusing the peace. He is calling the protesters Gaddar. The protesters, they love their country as much as I do, as much as you do, as much as anyone on this panel does. And they are being called Gaddar by your ministers, your cabinet minister. So do you think, and he is not even being booked under section 506 of IPC and for inciting violence? Would you don't condemn such statements? You condemn the statements of Indian Army. These statements are condemnable. Against anything against the Indian Army, they are army, they protect us irrespective of the religion, race or caste. But what about these statements? Ki Gaddar ko goli maro, we are Gaddars, the protesters are Gaddar, the people who are fighting for their rights are Gaddars.
Arbaz Pathan, your 90 seconds are up. And I want to get in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, how does this sound in terms of equity and justice? A minister who he says is your minister, well, Arbaz, he's our minister because this is our government, this is our country. He's not just my minister, he's your minister as well. Vote him out and that's the way to settle your scores. But Dr. Anand Ranganathan, did you hear one statement against Anurag Thakur being stated in that gathering there? You know, to settle scores with the BJP and to settle scores with Anurag Thakur, they're actually abusing the Indian Army. That's equity, justice and saving of democracy.
Yeah, good evening, Navika. You know, you can no longer overlook this. Shaheen Bagh is a horror film that continues to be played even though it has flopped badly. The audience has fallen in love with the illegally constructed auditorium. The actors make cameo appearances and then fly back to Bollywood to act in other flops. The director has been arrested. The assistant director who shouted direct action instead of action is on the run. The financiers are out of money and are having a second thought. And the producers are worried sick that this film may affect their chances to win big at the upcoming Delhi Oscars on February the 8th. There is no respite in the form of even an interval, as everyone seems to be on coke already. And the endless stream of ignorance and hatred spools on and on and on. So after the credits roll out in the form of communal and seditionist posters, you have out-of-tune singers running around tent poles and expressing their love through Hindu-phobic chants and supremacist religious slogans, followed by angry patriarch delivering an incendiary speech with words like Qatil. The mood is lightened with the child actors exhorting the murder of the Prime Minister. Then arrives the old relation who calls from an economic boycott, followed by the hero who says Indian Army kills its own. All this to thunderous applause. But there's a difference. The theatre owner saw how bad the film reviews were and quickly inserted the national anthem and asked everyone to stand up and wave Indian flags. One just hopes this remains a film and doesn't get converted into a web series. I'd rather watch Big Boss with Arbaz in it.
Well, I'm opening up the debate and I want to ask Masoodul Hasan. Masoodul Hasan साहब, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ, आपके 100 डिफरेंसेस हो सकते हैं सरकार के साथ, सरकार की पॉलिसी के साथ, प्रोटेस्ट करने का हक आपको पूरा है, ये आपका देश है, हमारा देश है, हमें कोई चीज नहीं पसंद तो हम सड़कों पे जा सकते हैं, प्रोटेस्ट कर सकते हैं. लेकिन एक ऑर्गेनाइजर आता है और कहता है कि हम आसाम को हिंदुस्तान से काट देंगे हमेशा के लिए, और हमेशा के लिए नहीं तो कम से कम 2 महीने के लिए काट देंगे. दूसरा आकर कहता है कि ये हमें चाहिए जिन्ना वाली आजादी. तीसरा कहता है हम हिंदुओं की कब्र खोद देंगे. ये किस तरह का प्रोटेस्ट है? और आज जो हुआ है उसमें तो आपने इंडियन आर्मी को भी नहीं छोड़ा.
देखिए, जो कुछ भी आपने कहा अभी,
मैंने नहीं कहा, उन एक्टिविस्ट ने वहां पर कहा.
मैं बता रहा हूं, वो सब चीजें कहीं ना कहीं एक जांच के दायरे में आती हैं. पहली चीज, शर्जील इमाम की बात मैं करूंगा. शर्जील इमाम ने जो भी बात कही कि वो चिकन नेक को मतलब बाधा डालेंगे या उसमें वहां पर आवाजाही को रोकेंगे, शर्जील इमाम का वो वीडियो संबित पात्रा साहब ने उतना डाला जितना उनको ज़रूरत थी डालने की। पूरा वीडियो वो नहीं है, वो एक जांच का विषय है। हमारी लॉ अथॉरिटीज कैपेबल है, जुडिशियरी कैपेबल है।
ये आप कह रहे हैं कि डिफेंड करना चाहिए?
नो, डिफेंड नहीं कर रहा मैं एक बात कह रहा हूं जो कि हमें समझनी चाहिए और जो हमारी जुडिशियल सिस्टम है वो उसको देखेगी। दूसरी चीज ये है कि हिंदुत्व की कब्र खुदेगी, तो हिंदुत्व की कब्र खुदेगी एएमयू की छाती पर, दैट वाज द स्लोगन। तो द पीपल, दोज हु आर देयर इन द एएमयू, they are trying to elaborate that Hindutva on which Savarkar was telling that rape the women of another community if you wants to raise the flag of Hindutva in India. Savarkar said that. And if you talk about the जिना, कि हमें चाहिए जिना वाली आज़ादी, तो अगर हमें जिना वाली आज़ादी चाहिए होती तो हम हिंदुस्तान में बैठे नहीं होते और हमारे पास चॉइस थी कि हम किसी और मुल्क में जा सकते थे, मगर हमारे बुजुर्गों ने यह फैसला नहीं किया और हमारे बुजुर्ग अपनी इस मिट्टी के साथ जुड़े रहे। दूसरी बात मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि भाजपा वाले ये समझते हैं कि अगर भाजपा की मुखालफत होगी तो उसे एंटी नेशनलिज्म कह दिया जाता है। भाजपा इज नॉट इंडिया, भाजपा इज फ्रॉम इंडिया। होना तो ये चाहिए था कि आरएसएस और भाजपा वाले भी पाकिस्तान चले जाते उस वक्त, तो हिंदुस्तान के अंदर इस वक्त सेकुलर लोग सुकून की सांस ले रहे होते।
Sambit Patra, the allegation is on you that you pick up a certain part of a video and try and target the community that is opposing you.
See, I'll answer this, but let me come to the main issue over here. See, in fact, Anand is a very eloquent speaker, but he was wrong today when he concluded by saying that he does not want to see this movie converting itself into a web series. Anand, this is already a web series which has been running in India since 2014. JNU Bharat Tere Tukde Honge, Inshallah, Inshallah. Afzal hum sharminda hai, tere qatil zinda hai. Tum kitne Afzal maroge, hum har ghar se Afzal nikalenge. And then Jamia, and then today this in Shaheen Bagh. So this is already a web series. The only problem is we never probably watched the web series back then with seriousness. Today, with all seriousness, we have all waked up and we are watching it because we feel this is a nefarious design. Now, I'll tell you what the change is. The change is, pre-2014, there were certain normalities in the country. To meet the separatists in Jammu and Kashmir was normal. To, in fact, hobnob with the separatists, to shake hands with the separatists. Leave aside any ordinary man. Even the Prime Minister way back then was shaking hands with Yasir Malik.
And you are making the government with Mahbooba Mufti?
To, in fact, share beds with terrorists.
You yourself,
sir,
you yourself is making government with Mahbooba Mufti.
Sir, I have freedom of expression. I never spoke in middle of you, sir. I never interrupted you, sir. Please allow me, sir. You are a learned man. Please don't disturb others. Thank you. So many things were quite normal. To abuse the army was quite normal way back in 2014. Remember, even the likes of Mr. P. Chidambaram, etc. had abused the Indian army. Post 2014, what changed was, well, yes, you cannot do certain things. You cannot stand with anti-India forces. You cannot stand with the Pakistanis who want to break India. You cannot speak against the army. You do not want, you cannot demand evidences against the surgical strike. These are the new normals of new India. And that is why these people have the problem, and that is why we are seeing this kind of nefarious design where people are coming out and literally declaring what turns up inside their mind. Let me tell you categorically, as far as Faizul Hassan or this chap Sarjil Imam is concerned, it's not that it's just one of a kind statement. It is a big plan. It is it's a scholarly plan that they are building up since long. The only thing is they thought that probably they would not be recorded. They thought that they would not be arrested. They thought that it is still the Congress government. They thought that it still would be patronized and they would not be in any way caught up with. The problem is that they have been caught up with, and today the country is asking them certain tough questions. Let me tell you, Navika, thanks to certain people, thanks to media also, that we are exposing these people. It's not just a speech, Navika, that they want to break Assam. They really want to break Assam. It's not just a speech. They were planning that we are in majority in the chicken neck areas. The Muslims would be commanded one day, ki tod do Bharat ko, and there was a consistent design going to this effect. 120 crore rupees. Where did it come from? It did not come from Mars. It did not come from Moon. There were people who were donating small amounts, 49,000.
Absolutely. So let me ask Dr. Sumansi Raman. Dr. Sumansi Raman,
who are these people?
Of course, dissent is very good and healthy in a democracy. Of course, people should express their opinion and everybody has the freedom of expression. But Arbaz Pathan, a young lawyer today, says it's freedom of expression to abuse the Indian army. I want to ask you, is this what we want freedom for? To abuse the Indian army? Have you not read the facts of the case as far as the Indian army and the Pakistan army's performance is concerned? Have you forgotten Firdausi, Priyapashini's Birangana and the tales of torture of how the Pakistani army violated her? Senior officers, junior officers, everybody violated her. Have you forgotten how the Pashtuns have been killed in the name of terrorism? Do you forget the Baluchis and how the secret war has been going on by the Pakistan army? Are you thinking that these activists who are comparing the Pakistan army with the Indian army are in their right minds? Protecting the constitution of the country, protecting India, standing up for democracy? Is this the license to abuse India and abuse the Indian army? Dr. Suman Siraman?
Video of somebody saying things again and again, something wrong. Why? What about that portion? What about the rest of the
somebody has been speaking continuously for the last 2 minutes.
Pathan Saab, I'll come back to you. Allow Dr. Suman Siraman. Allow Dr. Suman Siraman. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you, Arbaz Pathan. I will.
First of all, no.
Arey Pathan Saab, allow Tapan Bose also to speak. No, he's also your cousin brother.
I do not
allow him.
Excuse me, 1 minute. I do not agree that a few bad apples represent the entire community of those who are protesting against CAA. I do not agree with these comments. I in fact condemn some of these comments that have been mentioned here, and I think that it is very convenient that the media is choosing to highlight them. But these people are not the leaders of the community. These people are not necessarily
Sharjeel Imam is not, Nadia from Jamia is not, Sai Balaji, ex-student of JNU is not.
1 minute.
May I come in, Navika?
They are all students.
Even Manish Shankar Iyer is not, but all of them are given a platform. Brilliant. Come here, abuse the army, abuse the religion, abuse everything and go away, but you're not the leader. You know, brilliant strategy, Smita Prakash. Smita Prakash, he says they are not the leaders.
Yeah, it is. Are you equating it with a union minister who is supposed to be 100 times more
Navika, you know, I find myself disagreeing with most of the people on the panel, strangely enough, today, because, you know, it's neither a web series nor a film in the making. It's very insidious, very dangerous what you are seeing. Mr. Tapan Bose, he is not somebody who has just come in right now and gone and hijacked the Shaheen Bagh protest. He's somebody who in the 1990s even was in denial about the Kashmiri Pandit exodus. He said he found no evidence when he went in 1990 about the exodus. He's somebody from the 1990s who has been making disparaging remarks about the army, saying things like Indian army allowed boys to go across to so-called Azad Kashmir. He's been talking about the Indian army in this manner. Just remember, Navika, what we are seeing today in Shaheen Bagh is, you know, a hijacking of something which might have begun, I reiterate, as something against the NRC or CAA. But what has happened now is that these are the people who have gone, and this, mind you, is some kind of a hybrid warfare that we are ignoring. Our enemy uses deception, disinformation to get into these kind of movements where there is, and then influence people and tell them that do not believe, do not have faith in your media, do not have faith in the judiciary, do not have faith in your army, in your armed forces, in your government, because they are not working for you. Then what happens is that you have several mutinies across the country, and this kind of hybrid warfare, grey warfare, is what warfare is today. It's not conventional warfare, but it's hybrid warfare, and that's what you're seeing today. And it is what happens is that when these people go and talk about Kashmir or Islamic separatist movement, what happens in Shaheen Bagh is that people out there, when they raise their Indian flag or they say Republic Day they want to celebrate, then there comes the fissures even in the Shaheen Bagh movement, because the Kashmiris who have come out there, they don't like the idea, because they are separatist Kashmiris who have come there. They don't like the idea of a Republic Day celebration.
Are you playing to a plot, Mr. Majid Haidri? Are you playing to a plot because आप चाहते हैं आप चाहते हैं, आपका कमांड सेंटर पाकिस्तान में है और आप पाकिस्तान की भाषा बोल रहे हैं। मणिशंकर अय्यर आते हैं सीधा लाहौर से और वहां की भाषा आके यहां बोलते हैं। तपन बोस आज खड़े होके इंडियन आर्मी को पाकिस्तान आर्मी की तरह कंपेयर करते हैं। डू यू इवन थिंक दैट द इंडियन आर्मी कैन बी कंपेयर्ड टू द पाकिस्तानी रोग्स?
Navika Saiba, before giving my reply, I would dedicate one couplet to my dear fellow panelist and fellow Indian and honorable BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra ji. Sambit Patra ji, शेर अर्ज किया है, मुलाहिजा फरमाएं। हमें तो अपनों ने लूटा, गैरों में कहां दम था। हम भारतीय मुसलमानों की सिटीजनशिप वहां डूबी जहां पाकिस्तानी को मिला पद्मश्री था। The government which has given Padma Shri to a Ghuspatia Pakistani is depriving 20 crore Muslims of their citizenship. And Shaheen Bagh protest, let me tell you, is the new age satyagrah. Sambit Patra ji, Shaheen Bagh is the idea of new age satyagrah.
तो पद्मश्री मिल गया तो ये छाती
मैं आपको हकीकत बता रहा हूँ। आज आपका अदनान समी आपका अपना है, मगर माजिद हैदरी अपना नहीं है।
पाकिस्तानियों को नागरिकता देने के लिए कर रहे हो ना।
Let me conclude.
आप ये बताओ ना, ये तो पाकिस्तानियों को नागरिकता देने के लिए ही ना कर रहे हो। अब किसी को पद्मश्री मिल गया है तो क्यों रो रहे हो?
It is for Ambedkar's constitution. It is for Nehru's secularism.
गांधी जी का स्पेलिंग पढ़ के आओ पहले।
हम उस त्रिमूर्ति की बात करते हैं।
ये सारा सिलसिला एंटी सीएए प्रोटेस्ट का आप इसीलिए कर रहे हो ना कि पाकिस्तानी मुसलमानों को सिटीजनशिप मिलना चाहिए। अब अदनान सामी को मिल रहा है तो Anand Ranganathan, why are they so upset? Adnan Sami has not only got citizenship, he's also got a Padma Shri. Now why are they crying foul?
NRC. Our problem is with the NRC. Madam, our problem is with
तो NRC तो आ नहीं रही है।
Dr. Patra says there will be no NRC, there will be no NRP. Let him say it on record. Our problem is not that our country is already overpopulated. Why will we need more people? We are against any Ghuspatia getting a citizenship. We say that there will be no NRC. Let Sambit Patra say today that we are not going to hold NRC.
The Prime Minister has said it. The Prime Minister has said it. If you can't understand the Prime Minister...
let me educate. Let me educate this fellow. Let me educate this man. He says that... let me educate this man where he says that without understanding the CAA as to where we are going to accommodate people. Sir, there is a cut-off date. There is a cut-off date of 31st December 2014. There would be no one who would be coming to India, sir. The people are already there in India since decades. वो दशकों से भारत में already हैं. एक cut-off date है 31st December 2014 का. नहीं नाविका, let this man continue with me for 10 minutes. आप मेरे साथ रिपीट करिए 5 बार 31 दिसंबर 2014 बोलिए आप फिर जाके जहर फैलाएंगे शाहीन बाग में मेरे साथ 5 बार बोलिए 31 दिसंबर 2014 बोलो 31 दिसंबर 2014 31 दिसंबर 2014 तब तक जो लोग आ गए हैं वो आ गए हैं और नहीं आने वाले हैं माय गॉड दीस पीपल नो नथिंग एंड दे स्प्रेड कनाल
डॉक्टर पात्रा यू आर अ ट्रेटर You have been supporting Hassan Masood.
हिंदुस्तान की आर्मी को आप गाली दें, सपोर्ट आप करें, हिंदुत्व की कबर आप खोलें और उसके बाद कहें जिन्ना वाली आजादी हमें चाहिए, ट्रेटर हो गए बाकी सब लोग. I really don't understand this. And let me get in Dr. Anand Ranganathan before he was rudely interrupted. I want to read out some facts. And the facts are, gunman with an ARP link allegedly was nabbed at Shaheen Bagh. Ex-organizer of the Shaheen Bagh, Sharjeel, has been arrested for Break India rant. Jinnah Wali Azadi was from Shaheen Bagh stage. A child was made to rant, Hitler Wali Maut Marega. Hindutva se Azadi slogans again at Shaheen Bagh. Qatil provocation by Congress's Gandhi loyalist Manishankar Ayyar. And all Modi baiters are given a platform at Shaheen Bagh and still they want us to believe this is an organic people's protest?
No, Navika, absolutely right. But can I please make 2 quick points? One of my good friend Mr. Majid Haidri, who is out to save bravely the Indian Constitution. Let me quote to him. Times Now report of 11th October 2017, and I'm quoting. Muslims have no binding to abide by the Supreme Court. Majid Haidri. Supreme Court law is not above Sharia for Muslims. Majid Haidri, 11th October 2017. ये बचाएंगे Constitution और Supreme Court.
I said it, no law
ये
will
बचाएंगे.
be a binding on
And
Indian
now I
Muslims
come to the main point.
If it goes against the
Now
tenets
please
of
don't
Islam, that
interrupt
is what
me.
I had said.
Now listen, I was listening. Now, Navika, you know I can't go on like this.
No, I have even yesterday said
Now
that,
please,
that any law
have
or
the
order
patience
which
to
goes
listen to
against
me.
the tenets
Navika,
of Islam will not be acceptable to
I
Indian
have
Muslims.
quoted
I stand
times
by
now.
that.
Yeah, there you go. There
Sir, I
you
am
go.
also
Sharia is
quoting
above the
yesterday's
Supreme
debate on
Court.
Times Now that I
listen,
said
Sharia is
Navika,
above the
any law
Supreme
which
Court,
goes
Muslims
against
are above the Hindus, you know, that is the language they are allowed to speak. और कोई बोल दे तो उसके against तो FIR होनी चाहिए. Masood,
Constitution.
Don't malign
But Navika, I want to say something very important.
all right. I'm pulling down your fader. I'll come to you, Arbaz Pathan. I'll come to you, Majid Haidri. Please, let's be civil. Allow Dr. Anand Ranganathan to make his point.
Yes. And believe me, I won't take more than 30 seconds. That's all it requires. You see, I can tell you one reason, most important reason why all this Shaheen Bagh thing is a complete facade and a propaganda. Because on this very debate you're having, Navika, there are 3 panelists who are pro-CAA and 3 who are anti-CAA. That is how the debate happens. I don't mind people who are anti-CAA. But all these last 40 days we have seen in Shaheen Bagh, not a single person has been called who is anti-CAA, who is pro-CAA, and who can actually talk for 1 hour. For example, Mr. Aryaman Sundaram, or a lawyer, like there was another lawyer, I forget his name. You know, they don't want to listen to the other side. Otherwise, if I was an anti-CAA protester, the first thing I would have done when I was organizing the Shaheen Bagh protest is to call a man who was pro-CAA and let him talk for 1 hour. And then maybe demolish his argument.
Arbaz Pathan, that's the point. Why is there no space? Why is there no space for a debate? Arbaz Pathan, you may have a problem. Why don't you hear the other side, argue with the other side, and may the best argument win? Isn't that how you argue your cases in a court of law, Mr. Arbaz Pathan?
We do argue. That's why I believe in justice, and the Supreme Court is going to decide what's right and wrong. We are protesting because we want our rights, we want our citizenship. We have equal rights, as equal as you, Miss Navika, as equal as Mr. Sambit Patra. Sambit Patra साहब, मैं भी उतना हिंदुस्तानी जितने आप हिंदुस्तानी हैं. मैं उतना हिंदुस्तानी हूं जितना हर कोई हिंदुस्तानी है. मैं उतना हिंदुस्तानी जितना अमित शाह नरेंद्र मोदी हिंदुस्तानी है. और मैं इन सबसे ज्यादा शायद आपसे भी ज्यादा अपने देश से मोहब्बत करता हूं.
Why attack the Indian army then? If you are Hindustani, so why attack the Indian army? Then is the question. If you are Hindustani, why side with Afzal Guru? If you are Hindustani, let him talk for 1 hour. If you are Hindustani, why do you want to balkanize India? If you are Hindustani, why do you want to do away with Assam? If you are Hindustani, then why do you want to cut off the chicken neck? These are the relevant questions that Hindustan is asking today, sir. These are the questions, the answers of which should be given by you.
Dr. Suman Siraman, can you actually support anybody who says and who propagates cutting off Assam and the Northeast from mainland India? Can you support anybody who abuses the Indian army? Why are all the anti-CAA people there? Why is there no other side? If it is so organic, why are you not ready to hear the other side?
One second. First of all, I have already condemned all these statements which have been made. I don't agree with them at all. But the argument that they have to call pro-CAA
has already condemned it, so there is no point
is
debating.
ridiculous. Why on earth is the government not making an attempt to send somebody to talk to them? Have they refused? Has the government made such an offer and has it been turned down by anybody?
Dr. Suman Siraman, if you close the eyes and keep on speaking, that does not mean the truth will change.
1 second, sir.
Dr. Suman Siraman, please open your eyes to see the truth. People sitting in front of you, please open your eyes.
My eyes
Please open your eyes, Suman Siraman. You are closing your eyes and speaking. You are not able to see what the truth is. You are not able to see what the truth on the ground is. For God's sake, don't close your eyes and speak. Open your eyes and speak the truth.
government official.
Please.
Yes, open your eyes now.
You haven't answered my question.
Open your eyes. Don't close your eyes and speak. First.
You are ridiculing a medical issue, but you're not answering my question. What is preventing the government from reaching out?
No, sir, I'm not
Why
ridiculing
should the
anyone.
government be blackmailed? I don't know why the government should be blackmailed. Dr. Anand Ranganathan has said there are enough pro-CAA speakers. Call a lawyer who is unbiased. Call an academician who is unbiased. Smita Prakash. They will not pick up any of these people independent. But they want the government to come down on their knees and request and हाथ जोड़ के इनसे माफी मांग के कहें कि बच्चों प्लीज घर जाओ, शाहीन बाग छोड़ दो, हम डर गए हैं आपसे. That is the game plan. Isn't that the game plan? Because we will abuse the army, we will abuse the government, we will abuse a complete community. That's the way we get our power. Isn't that what the Shaheen Bagh protesters are now proving?
I want to ask something.
1 minute, let her speak.
Which is why I say that Shaheen Bagh is not a flop, unlike what Dr. Ranganathan said, because the success, or the so-called success, whatever you want to call it, of Shaheen Bagh has meant a mushrooming of several Shaheen Baghs across the country. It's happening in several states, in several state capitals. It is coming up and it's becoming a law and order issue in many cities in this country, and something that we will have to think whether this is what you want. You want several of these disaffected, this rebellious people who are coming out and bringing about statements against your pillars of democracy, against your media, against your parliament, against the judiciary, against the army. They are coming out with no really cognitive argument. All they're doing is spreading आके शेरो शायरी सुना ली, do some skits and plays and say that this country is breaking up, and the reason it's breaking up is because the minority is being hounded. This is a sentiment which is being spread, and it's a dangerous thing which is happening, and it's no longer restricted to just
when you abuse the Indian army, when you actually make attacks against one community, when you actually read out and speak out hate rants from the stage of Shaheen Bagh. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you, is it then a people's organic protest, or does it have an agenda? And is the veil really off? And to all those who understand only Shero Shairi, I would want to just say a few lines of what Gulzar Saab had once said. He had said, and I'm giving my version of it, हमारी दो आंखें हैं, दो कान हैं, दो हाथ हैं, दो पैर हैं, लेकिन एक दिल है, एक जान है, एक ज़मीन है, एक आसमान है, और एक हिंदुस्तान है. जो इस हिंदुस्तान का बंटवारा अब करने की सोचेगा, हिंदुस्तान उसे ये इजाज़त नहीं देगी, क्योंकि हिंदुस्तान के लोगों में इतना दम है. Thank you very much to my panelists for joining me on debate number 1. Debate number 2 coming up on the other side.